Hey, welcome back to another episode of Before I Turn 40. So I am now 39. I've had my birthday just a few days ago. It's been a blessing. Thank you everyone that sent me birthday wishes. Like I said before, I really wanted to share my heart and share my life journey so far with you all. Now, I gave my life to Christ at the age of 21. The reason for that was really the back end of what I spoke on last week when my mum passed away. She passed away in her sleep. There was no issues with her, no health concerns whatsoever, no, nothing, literally nothing. She was full of life the day before. She went to bed and she woke up. Well, she went to bed and she didn't wake up actually. So that was the reality of life for me. Like, wow, somebody can go to bed and not wake up. They can sleep and not wake up, and there's nothing wrong with them. There's no warning signs. There's nothing. And I was actually the one that found her in her bed, because it was a Sunday morning my brother was getting ready for church and he was phoning her and she wasn't picking up her phone. So he phoned the house phone and spoke with my dad, and my dad was like, oh, she's upstairs, that he should phone her again. Maybe she'll pick up, because my dad was downstairs. So then he still didn't get her, so he phoned me and asked me, oh, I'm trying to get through to mummy, go to her, I'm not understanding, I'm trying to get through to her, she's not picking up her phone. Like, usually my mum is somebody that will wake up around 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. On a Sunday to get the dinner or the lunch ready, get it prepped and ready, so that by the time you come home from church, food is done and you're eating straight away. So that's her normal routine. So when he now phoned me, because I was not in that routine, and I was still in the world. So I went out the night before, came back. My brother woke me up, and I'm like, oh, go to mummy. I'm not understanding. I'm trying to phone her. She's not picking up her phone. I was like, So I went into her room, and I'm like, with sleep in my eye, like, mummy, like, trying to wake her up. She's not waking up. Like, mummy, wake up, mummy, okay's on the phone for you. She's no response. So then I now, like, because she was like sleeping on her side, so then I now like moved her, when you move somebody like to be flat, and that's when I saw her lifeless. The shock, the reality, the emergency, the pounding, the everything, the life just flashing before your eyes, phoning ambulance, phoning this, phoning that. It was traumatic. So the reality for me at that time was, wow, life can be taken away from you just like that. You cannot prepare for it. You cannot prepare for it. You don't know when it's your time, when your time is up. So that reality hit me hard and made me know that, look, you've been barely living by the grace and mercies of God, and you cannot continue living like this. You need to give your life to God. Nobody needed to preach any sermon to me. It was an instant realization. So once I instantly realized that I needed to give my life to Christ, I gave my life to Christ that very day. Then ambulance came. She went to hospital because her body was still warm a little bit. She still didn't make it. She didn't survive. So that reality now hit me that, wow, this my life. I've been living rubbish. It's been absolute nonsense. I've not been living a good life. I've been living, a life where I think I'm enjoying my life, but I'm not. It's just absolute nonsense. Just clueless, empty, not finding any joy, not finding any peace, not finding anything that is worth, anything really. Meanwhile, at that time, I'm a law graduate. I've graduated from my first degree in university with a 2-1. Yeah. Also, I've secured a job that I'm about to start in a few days. I've already worked in a law firm, also relocated back to London. I'm about to start another job. I do at that time I was doing music. I had music on, I think, about 2 different compilation albums that were at that time, when you go to music stores, they were sold in HMV. I had vocals that was on a computer game, in a Japanese computer game. It was written by the writer that wrote some Kylie Minogue songs. So, I felt like I'm doing all right. But when the reality of doing all right to whose standard? Is it God's standard or the world standard? Or, are you even enjoying the all right that you feel that you're doing? I'm not even enjoying anything. I'm finding no fulfillment. So when I now realize that, look, this life is empty and there's nothing in this world to live for, I had to give my life to Christ. So once I gave my life to Christ, I was now hungry for God, hungry for him, wanting to know him more, reading the word. I'm reading like books, not chapters, books of the Bible per day. I've got a notebook. I'm writing, taking notes. I'm a student of God, and I want him to power me, do everything in me. I want to be ready. I want to be a soldier for Christ. I'm ready, That's the encounter, like a Paul kind of encounter. That's what I had. So meanwhile, before this, backtrack. I always said, you know what, I'm going to give my life to Christ because my mum was somebody that she's all in. When she was alive and as a believer, she's all in. The model that she gave to us as her children was, when you're for Christ, you're all in. There's nothing that is a no-go area for God. You give your best. Then, as well as you giving your best, you don't behave in a way that is contrary to God. So you cannot be gossiping. You cannot be talking behind people. You cannot be, just some way, to God and his people. You love like you have to love. This is the best love you can give. You give that love with everything you have. So that's the how she was. So my mindset of Christianity is that's how I also have to be. So when I wasn't interested to give my life to Christ, obviously I was now like, I will one day, Lord, when I'm 40, I'll give my life to you. But let me enjoy myself now. I want to enjoy myself, do all the different things that I want to do. And when I'm 40, I'll give my life to Christ. But the funny thing, I'm not even 40 yet. And the kind of things that I've experienced, the kind of joy, peace, love, the achievements, the things that God has through my hands and through, whatever I've been able to achieve, and I'm not even 40 yet. So I just see that it's a trick to feel, that saying of life begins at 40. No, it does not. Life begins when you wake up to the reality that you need God to be able to give you a blueprint for your life, and that you can walk in that blueprint and achieve all that you were meant to achieve from an early age. You can't wait until you're 40. But thank God, God is a redeemer. He is the redeemer of time. I really strongly believe, what gave me so much joy and encouragement is when I gave my life to Christ. God, I always say to people, God is as if he just picked me up from wherever I was and cleaned me up, and then put me in the exact place that he needed me to be. In the exact position that he needed me to be, because I was now ready. So it's like God is always waiting for you. He's waiting for me. He's waiting for us to say, yes, Lord. Once we now say, yes, Lord, he will pick you up. No matter where you are, you can be in a pit, you can be in a grave, you can be in the worst place whatsoever. He's waiting for you to say, yes, Lord. Once you do that, he will pick you up and put you in the exact place that he wants you to be. one of the scriptures that I encountered when I was on this journey of seeking God, I want to know you more, I want to know everything about you, was Psalm 39 verse 16. I'm going to read it, the B part. It says, in your book were all written the days that were appointed for me, when as yet there was not one of them. When I encountered that scripture, it just blew my mind. In your book were written all my days. Every single day that I meant to live, you have already written them down before I have even lived one. Before I have even encountered one. Before I have even breathed one. You have already written everything I'm meant to do. So for me, it was, wow, God, you have a blueprint for my life. You know exactly what I'm meant to be doing. You have a plan for me. You've planned for me. You know me. You have written and said everything that I'm meant to do for me. So as soon as I knew that, I was like, whoa, well, I don't know me. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. Let me go to God who does know me and knows exactly what I'm meant to be doing. So that's the pursuit that I now had, to be hungry and desire, Lord, what do you want me to do next? Where am I going next? What am I doing next? What am I doing next? That pursuit from that 21 years old is what now made me stand to be able to know what to do and to have success. Because if I'm going to God, who's the all-knowing God and the God that has a great plan for me, a great future for me, yeah, then obviously if I'm going to him and I'm pursuing him and I'm ready to be used by him, then he's going to do all the things that he set for me to do, and I'm going to live that good life. So that is my tip, or my topic, or what I want to say for this episode. Pursue God. Desire him, know him, you want to know what it is that you want me to do. Lord, I'm here. What do you want me to do? I want to pursue you. I want to pursue that which you have written for me, even from the beginning of time, before I even encountered one day. So, like I said before, I said I wanted to give my life when I was 40. Thank God that foolish idea did not even happen, because I'm not even 40 yet and I've achieved a lot. So I want to encourage anybody listening to this out there, whoever you are, whatever age you are, if you're not in Christ, get into him now. Get into him today. It's simple. Just say, Lord, I want to know you. I want to know you for myself. I want to encounter the love and the peace and the pursuit and the purpose that Jesus brings to my life. I believe that when you do that, you will achieve so much. God will use you to do so much, and you would love every second, just like I have. God bless you.